Hey everyone, welcome back to Speak Next English Podcast. I'm Sophia.
Hello, dear friends. I'm James, and we are so happy you're here today.
Seriously, choosing to spend your time with us means so much to us.
If you're new here, please subscribe to our channel right now.
Hit that bell so you never miss our conversations together always.
And welcome back to all our wonderful returning listeners today. We missed you.
Today's topic is honestly one of the most liberating things we'll ever discuss here.
We're telling you today to stop trying to sound smart in English.
Wait, that sounds counterintuitive, right? Don't we all want to sound smart?
That's exactly what makes this topic so surprising and so important for learners.
James, has anyone ever told you that you were trying too hard to sound impressive?
Actually, yes, and it was one of the most helpful things anyone ever told me, honestly.
Really? What happened? Tell us the full story because this sounds really valuable.
So, when I was learning Spanish, I tried to use complicated vocabulary in every sentence.
Because you wanted to impress people and show how much you'd studied the language.
Exactly. I thought using big, sophisticated words would make me sound fluent and educated.
But the opposite happened, right? What was the reaction from native speakers around you?
My Spanish teacher pulled me aside and said something I'll never forget to this day.
Oh, what did she say? I feel like this is going to be really profound, honestly.
She said, "James, a 5-year-old Spanish child communicates better than you right now, currently."
Wow, that's pretty direct feedback, but she meant it kindly to help you improve.
Completely kindly, she explained that the child uses simple words but communicates perfectly clearly.
And you were using complicated words, but your actual message was getting completely lost somehow?
Exactly. I was so focused on impressing people that I forgot to actually communicate anything meaningful.
That story perfectly captures what we're talking about in today's entire episode, everyone.
The goal of language is communication, not performance or showing off your vocabulary size.
Let's talk about why learners fall into this trap of trying to sound smart constantly.
The biggest reason is that we associate big vocabulary with intelligence in school settings, always.
Teachers praise students who use sophisticated words in essays and formal writing assignments, right?
Right, so we internalize the idea that more complex language equals more intelligence and capability.
But conversation is completely different from academic writing in almost every possible way, honestly.
In conversation, clarity and connection matter infinitely more than impressive vocabulary demonstration.
Nobody at a dinner party wants to feel like they're being lectured by a dictionary.
A human dictionary. That's exactly what you become when you overcomplicate your speech.
And the really ironic thing is that complex language actually seems less confident.
Wait, really? How does trying to sound smart make you seem less confident? Explain that.
Because when you use overly complex words, people sense you're trying too hard somehow.
Like you're compensating for insecurity by hiding behind impressive-sounding vocabulary and structures.
Whereas simple, clear, direct speech communicates genuine comfort and confidence with the language.
That's such a powerful insight. Simplicity signals mastery, while complexity can signal insecurity instead.
Think about the most respected communicators in the world. They use incredibly simple language always.
Steve Jobs was famous for explaining incredibly complex technology in completely simple everyday words.
He didn't say, the device utilizes sophisticated processing capabilities for multimedia content consumption purposes.
He said 1,000 songs in your pocket, which anyone can instantly understand.
That simplicity is what made his communication legendary and deeply effective with massive audiences.
Great communicators make complex things simple, not simple things complex with unnecessary vocabulary.
Now, let's look at some specific examples of where learners try to sound smart unnecessarily.
Yes, because recognizing the pattern is the first step toward fixing it in your own speech.
First example, using technical or academic vocabulary in casual, everyday conversation unnecessarily.
Like saying, I am currently experiencing a significant deficit in my sleep accumulation patterns recently.
When you could simply say, I'm really tired. I haven't been sleeping well lately at all.
The second version communicates the same thing in half the words with zero confusion whatsoever.
And people can actually connect with you emotionally because the language is human and relatable.
I'm really tired makes people want to ask why and show sympathy for your situation.
But significant deficit in sleep accumulation patterns makes people want to look up a dictionary.
It creates distance instead of connection, which is the complete opposite of communication's purpose.
Second example, using formal written English vocabulary in spoken, casual conversational contexts daily.
Like saying, furthermore, it would appear that the situation has deteriorated significantly in recent days.
When things have gotten pretty bad lately, honestly, communicates the exact same meaning perfectly.
The formal version sounds like a business report being read aloud at a kitchen table.
And it immediately makes the conversation feel awkward and stiff for everyone involved, unfortunately.
There's actually a phrase native speakers use for this. They say someone is being stiff.
Stiff means rigid, formal, and uncomfortable, the opposite of natural, flowing communication between people.
Or people say, relax, you don't have to be so formal with us, to signal discomfort.
That's a clear signal that your language level isn't matching the social situation at all.
Now let's talk about the specific words and phrases that signal overtrying in English conversation.
Oh yes, there are certain giveaway words that immediately signal someone is performing rather than communicating.
What are some of the biggest ones? I'm curious which words give this away immediately.
Using utilize when use works perfectly is a classic overtrying signal in any conversation.
Oh, utilize versus use. Those mean essentially the same thing, but one sounds much heavier.
In almost every conversational situation, use is the more natural and appropriate word to choose.
I use my phone a lot sounds like a person, while I utilize my phone frequently sounds robotic.
Subsequently, instead of then or after that is another one that learners overuse constantly.
Like, I went to the store. Subsequently, I returned home. Sounds like a legal document, honestly.
Just say, I went to the store and then came home, which is clear and completely natural.
Ascertain instead of find out is another example that makes conversations feel strangely formal.
I need to ascertain the relevant information versus I need to find out what's going on.
The second one sounds like someone who's comfortable and confident in their English communication skills.
Here's the beautiful paradox that every learner needs to hear and really absorb deeply today.
What's the paradox? Tell us, because I can sense it's going to be really important.
The person who uses simple, clear language seems more intelligent than the one using complex vocabulary.
Wait, really? Simple language makes you seem smarter than complex language? How does that work?
Because choosing the right simple word shows you understand both your message and your audience.
You're smart enough to know that clear communication serves your listener better than impressing them.
That level of communication awareness is actually a sign of sophisticated thinking, not simple thinking.
Wow, so simplicity requires more skill and intelligence than complexity in language actually does.
Absolutely. Anyone can copy complicated words from a dictionary and sprinkle them into sentences randomly.
But crafting clear, simple language that perfectly communicates your exact thought, that takes real mastery.
There's a saying attributed to Einstein that captures this perfectly in just a few words.
Oh, what is it? Tell us, because I love a good quote that makes you think.
If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough yourself yet.
That's such a powerful idea applied directly to language learning and communication, honestly.
If you can't say something simply in English, you might not fully own that idea yet.
Which means working towards simplicity actually deepens your understanding of the language significantly.
It's not dumbing things down, it's actually leveling up your genuine command of English communication.
Now let's talk about how this shows up specifically in conversations between people in real life.
Let's take the situation of explaining what you do for work to a new person you meet.
Oh, this is where so many learners go into this complicated formal explanation mode immediately.
They try to explain every technical detail of their job using the most professional vocabulary possible.
When the other person at a party just wants a simple human answer to a simple question.
Like if you're a software engineer, you don't need to say, I develop algorithmic solutions for systematic data processing frameworks.
The other person's eyes would glaze over completely before you even finish that sentence, honestly.
Just say, I write code that makes apps work, and watch how people actually engage with you.
They say, oh cool, what kind of apps? And suddenly you have a real conversation happening.
Simple language opens doors to real connection, while complex language often closes them completely.
That door opening versus door closing effect is such a powerful way to think about language choices.
Let's talk about another situation, sharing your opinion on something during a group discussion.
Over trying version, in my considered assessment, the preponderance of evidence suggests we should reconsider our methodology.
Natural version, honestly, I think we need to change our approach based on what we're seeing.
Both sentences express the same opinion, but one invites conversation and the other shuts it down.
The natural version sounds like someone who's engaged and collaborative with the group around them.
The complex version sounds like someone who wants to be perceived as the smartest person there.
And nobody enjoys conversations with someone who's clearly trying to be the smartest person present.
You can actually see people's energy drop when someone starts speaking in that formal mode.
Body language shifts, eyes wander, phones get checked because the connection has been broken.
Whereas genuine language keeps people leaning in and engaged throughout the entire conversation.
Now let's discuss something really practical, how to actually shift towards simpler English in your speech.
Yes, because knowing the problem is one thing, but fixing it requires practical, actionable steps always.
The first step is asking yourself one question before you speak in any conversation situation.
What's the question? Give us the one key question we should ask ourselves before speaking.
Ask, am I saying this to communicate or am I saying it to impress someone right now?
Oh, that's so revealing. Just asking that question probably stops a lot of over-trying immediately.
If the honest answer is to impress, that's your signal to simplify your language completely.
Because if impressing is the goal, you've already lost sight of actual communication's real purpose.
Second step is choosing the shorter, simpler word whenever two options mean the same thing.
So between use and utilize, always choose use in conversational context without hesitation.
Between start and commence, always choose start unless you're writing a very formal document.
Between help and assist, choose help in casual conversation because it's warmer and more natural.
This practice of choosing shorter, simpler words builds a habit that transforms your speaking significantly.
Third step is watching how people actually react to your language in real conversations you have.
If people look confused, are checking their phones, or giving very short responses to you,
Those are signals that your language might be creating distance instead of building connection between you.
if people lean in, ask follow-up questions, and share their own stories with you enthusiastically,
That's a sign your language level is perfectly matched to the situation and the person.
reading these reactions is how you calibrate your language in real time during actual conversations.
Now, let's talk about one more important thing. Simplicity does not mean being boring at all.
Oh, this is such an important clarification because some people worry simplicity means being dull.
Completely wrong. Simple language can be incredibly vivid, funny, emotional, and deeply memorable always.
The most powerful speeches, stories, and conversations in history use remarkably simple, everyday language.
Think about the phrase, "I have a dream," from Martin Luther King's famous speech.
4 simple, common words that every English speaker knows, but they change the entire world.
Not, "I maintain an aspirational vision for societal transformation," which means the same thing technically.
Right. I have a dream is simple, powerful, and completely unforgettable to everyone who hears it.
Simple language plus genuine emotion plus clear message equals incredibly powerful communication, always.
That formula works whether you're giving a speech or just chatting with friends over coffee.
The emotion and genuine connection you bring to simple words makes them powerful beyond description.
Now, let's talk about what happens to your confidence when you embrace simpler English fully.
Oh, this is such a positive outcome that learners don't always anticipate or expect beforehand.
When you stop trying to sound smart, something amazing and unexpected happens to your confidence.
What happens? Tell us, because this sounds like it's going to be really encouraging for learners.
You actually start speaking more because you're not spending energy searching for impressive vocabulary.
Because when you're hunting for the perfect, sophisticated word, you hesitate and freeze up constantly.
But when you allow yourself to use simple, natural words, the language just flows more freely.
Oh, that's so true. I experienced this myself when I let go of trying to impress people.
What changed for you specifically when you made that shift in your language approach?
I started talking more in group situations instead of staying quiet and planning my sentences carefully.
Because you weren't editing yourself before every single sentence, searching for the impressive version?
Exactly. I'd think of something to say and just say it in simple, natural words immediately.
And people responded better, engaged more, and conversations became more enjoyable for everyone involved.
It was like removing a heavy backpack I'd been carrying around in every conversation before that.
That backpack of "I need to sound smart" is weighing down so many English learners right now.
And today's episode is basically giving you permission to put that heavy backpack down completely.
You have permission to be simple, clear, direct, and genuinely human in your English today.
That's such a freeing message. Genuine communication beats impressive performance every single time, without exception.
Let's do one final quick comparison to really drive this home for everyone listening today.
Yes, let's compare overly complex English with natural, simple English in a few quick examples.
I am currently experiencing emotional turbulence due to recent interpersonal relationship complications in my life.
Versus, I'm going through a tough time with some relationship stuff lately, honestly.
Which one would you rather hear from a friend who needs to talk about something personal?
The second one, every time. It's human, relatable, and invites genuine, supportive conversation immediately.
Exactly. And which friend would you feel more comfortable opening up to in a difficult moment?
The one who speaks simply and genuinely, not the one who sounds like a psychology textbook.
That's the whole point of today's episode, summarized perfectly in just 2 sentences, honestly.
Simple human language creates connection, while overly complex language creates unnecessary distance between people.
Choose connection every single time, and your English will improve faster than you ever imagined.
All right, everyone, what an amazing and liberating conversation we've had together today on this topic.
Remember, simplicity is strength, clarity is confidence, and genuine communication always beats performance.
Stop trying to sound smart and start trying to genuinely connect with people through language.
That shift alone will transform your English conversations more than any vocabulary app ever could.
If this episode resonated with you, please give it a like right now. It really helps.
Subscribe to Speak Next English podcast so you never ever miss our valuable conversations and lessons.
Share this with an English learner who might be trapped in over-trying mode right now.
Leave a comment telling us one complex word you're going to replace with a simpler one.
We genuinely love reading your comments, and they inspire us to keep making great content.
Thank you so much for being here with us today at Speak Next English podcast, everyone.
Take care, speak simply, connect genuinely, and keep improving your English every single day.
Goodbye, dear friends, and remember, the simplest version of you is the most powerful version of you.
Bye-bye, everyone. We will see you in the very next episode very soon together.